Alright, so welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we are going to look at the round 13 review for NRL Fantasy in the 2024 season. So, a good week for us. We scored 694, but I guess the really good part was the overall rank has jumped up to just outside the top 13k. So, we were just outside the top 20. So we've jumped up 7,000 spots this week, which is a great result. Have a look at the team. So Jaden Brayley with a 47, really solid contribution. Exactly, I guess, what we were hoping to get from him. Just lost the player pool there. So I already got the players I was looking at, but that's all right. Sam Hughes with a 10. So he just seems to be in that sort of role where they start with a big body in the middle, takes the heat out of the game early doors, and then particularly with the Bulldogs, they have that small mobile bench. So, once the opposition big boys are tired, they're running around, and Hughes doesn't really get a chance to get back on. So I think he'll be on the chopping block this week. I know I've been sort of outspoken in saying that you should keep him because of the buy coverage, but it's not worth it for 10 points, so he's gone. Max Plath with a 59, really good trade-in for us. Obviously not playing this week, which isn't ideal, but, we did bring him in for the origin coverage. Josh Curran with 52, getting a try was really handy, but again, it's not as highly rewarded in fantasy, so he's still doing the work, getting the points. Happy days. So Ewan Aitken we brought in and we captained him and he got us an 81. So absolutely stoked that we hit that captaincy. I was a bit concerned about the captaincy this week, but the two options we had stood up, which is really cool to see. Fini Fuiaki, 61, looked really solid on that edge, crashed over for a try. And then I think Lukey might be in a bit of trouble for his tackle. So he might have even earned himself a little bit of a run into round 16. We'll probably hang on to Fini Fuiaki for the time being. KO Weeks, continues to just punch out scores, 68 on the weekend, mostly through kicking and controlling the game. Brendan Hands with the 55. So, and I guess with the Eels getting the result, you'd imagine he'll be there for the short term. So we'll hang on to him. He'll definitely make us a bit of money. And then I guess as soon as we see signs of Lussick's back in favour, or they start doing two hooker bench or something, he'll move on. Iro with a 43 is a really solid return. Talangi, was named but didn't get on the field. But there is a bit of chat he might get a run this week, so we can potentially hold another week, try and squeeze that last bit of cash, and then I think they have the buy in round 16. Let's just have a quick look. So I think he is a trade out then, yeah. So they do have a buy 16 and 20. So probably him and maybe even Hands if he looks like he's done most of his cash gen by 16. Could be on the chopping block. Armstrong, the Knights didn't sort of cover themselves in glory. It was a wet night too, so we weren't expecting big numbers from the wing fullbacks. And I guess even Kiraz, who, played lights out at times, particularly that little stint at fullback he had, but he only got to 30, so, it is what it is. Drinkwater, though, with an 81 was awesome as well. So we could have captained him and it would have worked out well. And I just realised lockout has just lifted in that time I was looking at Blaze Talangi. So that's perfect. So we can actually look at doing some trades. Cool. Oh, maybe we can't. It's still locked. Why does it say I have 945k? When I could swear I only had 700. Oh, it's playing up. Clearly. Also, I thought I had 11 trades. Or no. I don't know. 10 trades is enough. Yeah, so that's how the team went. I don't think there was a head-to-head matchup this week, but I will just double check. No, didn't want to click that ad. All rounds. Oh, so this is the ladder. Yeah, so no fixtures this week. Yeah, so 12 round 14. So I didn't think so, but if I go back to the ladder, can we see how people are doing overall? Overall points ladder, here we go. So Helen Keller's optometrist in the top 1,000. So Adam's doing well with 785 this week was nice. What could possibly go Wong and Wepo's winners, both I'm guessing pushing up with 868, 865 respectively. Um, Wakey's Wombats, Parabest with the 875. I'm just trying to find the highest score in the overall league. It might be Parabeast. Sorry, I said Parabest, I think. No, it's round 12 score, so it's not fully locked out yet. That's probably the issue. Round 12 points. I just probably should have read it. There you go. That'll teach me my team. Let's see if it's unlocked enough that we can do trades. Looks like we can. How good. So I guess one of the cool things about fantasy is, from round 12 on, you get 4 trades every week. It is dangerous in the sense of you can quickly burn through them, but I think we can be tactical with these to try and, continue to push this rank in an upward direction. So I guess the trade that I had it locked in from the start was Brayley out and Coruscant in. So the other move, because he's on the bye this week, he won't play round 16 um, because of Origin, but also I think the Roosters. I don't know, the Roosters do play, but yeah, that's right, because he's on Origin. So Angus Crichton, I'm happy to trade him out and bring in the big guy, Dave Fafita. I think that's a no-brainer given his availability over the coming weeks. So let's lock those in. And we've got this war chest. So as I said, I'm happy to bin Hughes. And the man I want to bring in the front row is Fanua Blake. We still have, a bit of cash to spend. So what I'm thinking is we could potentially do one more upgrade. But in saying that, I'm not too sure who it is I want to trade out or trade in. So the options, they're both from the Tigers. You've got Finu. So with Papali and Bateman both out, I'm pretty sure he's got one of those edge spots locked down. Covers dual position, which is super handy. And the Tigers, play right up until round 26. So that's one option. Obviously, we can easily trade anyone for him. The other option, if we want to go for a bit more points up front, is Stefano Uta Ikamanu, averaging 50 across the season. Haven't heard too much about him being in the fold for Origin. Obviously, it's a long series, but I guess we could go that given we've got about 300k. We could get out of a Talangi perhaps, or upgrade a Willison. Those sorts of moves. Potentially options with bringing Stefano in. But what I might do is we'll make the Fanua Blake trade and we'll have a look how we're sitting before we commit to those moves. So Plath's on the bye this week, so he's got to go. And Wilson's our only option, so yeah, I think I definitely would prefer to upgrade our middle stocks. We might even have to trade out another position. Aitken's on the bye this week, so Fafita's obviously got to come in. And we've got Blore as well. So, yeah, I guess he's worth a bit more, so we'll put him on field for the time being. Weeks is on bye, but we should have Sean Johnson back, and Lockie Galvin isn't on the bye, so he can come in. We've also got Wishart as well, so we are well covered in the halves. But I think I'm going to have to use Wishart in the backs this week because I'm going to swap Kiraz and Talangi. Don't know what's going on with Talangi, so that's the safe move. Harry Grant, I'm sort of happy to just keep on the bench. So as it stands, we might have to play Talangi and Fini Fuiaki. which is fine. Like I said, I'm predicting Fini Furiaki will get the start with Lukey out on suspension. Talangi, he might be the one that goes. So it is easy enough to trade him if need be. We'll get the 17. We've got centre cover through Aitken now. Him and Kiraz are going to be my centres for the rest of the year. Iro can cover. Dylan Edwards, we'll see how his injury is. Obviously, if it's longer term, might be a smarter play to trade out Edwards for those props. And obviously, that gives us a lot of money in the bank. But it just means we can, upgrade Willison a bit quicker. Upgrade Talangi, upgrade Fini Fuiaki. These sort of middling options, we have the power to bring in some more solid options around them. But yeah, again, we do need to be mindful of trades. We do need to be mindful of the upcoming buys. So Coruscant and All Blake for Feeder all play round 16. I think for Feeder does get 17 off from memory. If I have a look, fixtures. Yeah, so by round 17, but then that's it. He plays the rest of the season. Adam Finor Blake doesn't play round 19, all right, but he plays the rest. And as we said, Coruscant, the Tigers play all the rest up to round 26. So yeah, so that's why that extra trade will be Fainu or Uta Ikamanu. But we'll see team lists on Tuesday. We'll do some analysis with the tops, chops, traps, and slaps on Wednesday, and we'll go from there. But that's how the team sits going into round 14 on the up and loving life. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below the video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NRL Fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.